Hello folks on YouTube, welcome to another episode of my Stellaris Multiplayer Let's Play. I was recording, but OBS did this thing where sometimes when you close it, it doesn't create, when you try and stop the stream, it doesn't stop the stream and it won't create a file, and if you force close it, it doesn't create a video file, so it's just lost. And it's only been doing this lately. I'm wondering if it's memory not being sufficient. I have a lot of memory in my computer. Frickin' I swear, Windows updates just keep adding to the baseline RAM usage. I have like 7-8 gigabytes of RAM, and it's all getting eaten up by like Windows nonsense. I can't even see the processes. That or there's some stupid virus in the days of like, I don't know, like all this Bitcoin mining. I'm be surprised if some people are making viruses that are stealing like processing power and doing nonsense like that at a low level to make money off people. Probably just Windows bullshit though, you know? And unless proven otherwise, it's probably the simplest explanation, which is that Windows keeps bloating their, you know... I mean, every time there's an update, it reinstalls Windows widgets, even when I've tried to uninstall it, because that's a nonsense process I don't want. That takes up a huge amount of processing power for... Why exactly?
Yeah, there's so much freaking bloatware that they force you to have.
I mean, just think about that for a second. They force you to have it. It's ridiculous. You don't even get a choice about it. Windows seems to think that they own your computer. I mean, remember when they were trying to make Windows a subscription service? And they didn't get away with it because people freaked out and like, no, yeah. I'm not going to pay money every month and end up paying way more in the long run. They're making some nonsense excuse about like cash flow or something would be beneficial. Yeah, maybe if you have the time to manage like putting the money in the stock market and very carefully, like, but most people aren't going to do that for the tiny amounts of, they can only put a few $100s. Like this nonsense like Acorn and stuff. It's it's a waste of your time if you only have a tiny amount of money to sit there and like trade with, you know, like a few hundred or dollars. It's a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck and have nothing. I know, honestly, there's a financial planning element of like, I didn't make a lot of money and I managed to put away a nice sum before I ended up in the situation I was disabled long COVID by living very frugally my whole life. Otherwise, I'd be in a situation I'd probably be homeless at this point in my life. But I was nowhere to stay with family. I've been able to fall back on savings while Social Security does nonsense and delays, and I'll probably try and reject on some nonsense reason because they're evil pricks. But they're not going to approve like legit cases a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But my point is yeah, cash flow doesn't make sense unless you're like personally running a business or have the time and the sheer volume of resources to like day trade, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, power to the people who would make that their freaking hobby, but when you have almost nothing, and there's a lot of scams with that too, you know? It usually starts with encouraging people to start with some really high-risk stuff, because if it pays off, then they'll think that, oh, this is great, and if it doesn't pay off, then, you know. And then once they get people hooked, then they have them buying, like, videos and books, and, you know, it's just like the scam culture that surrounds, like, pickup art stuff, or the scam culture that surrounds Bitcoin bets, you know. It's all about, like, taking the easy path to something hard, not putting in the work. At least that's my perspective on it, and some people hate me for saying that, but anyways, got ships moving, got a trade deal coming in for some more energy, because I'm clearing an industrial wasteland, and I did not correctly realize, hey, I probably want actually a little more energy, but good dumb pause.
think so. I just got to check on my science ship, see if it can escape from marauders that I ran into.
You did send it to go back the way it came, right? Is the hyperdrive charging? If you hover over the move thing, it should tell you if like.
I see an arrow pointing to the previous system.
Hold on.
I can share my screen.
Yeah, I'll try and direct you towards what I'm talking about, so you can. But I'll make this quick, because people on YouTube are not going to want to sit and watch me. So that's not this. Go like out to. This is more from the outliner.
Oh.
You have a lot of stuff there. If you select that particular ship, and I would double click just to center on the system, right? And just close the fleet combat thing. You don't want that open at all, actually. Select the ship from there, left click on it once.
Yeah, it just pulls up fleet combat.
Shoot. Okay, well you can still get the... What you want to see is the tooltip. So you can see it from the outliner instead. Yeah, so the ship hasn't started moving because you do this all when paused, right?
Yeah.
But when it gets to the edge of the system, it has to probably move for like a day to be in quote position again. But you should see, if you hover over it, it should start to show the hyperdrive spooling up. It takes 15 days. Which is exactly the same amount as the emergency drive, but the ship has a chance to be destroyed by that and not by the normal jump.
Yeah.
Look on the system for a second, though. I am curious what threat it faces.
Marauders.
Oh, it's just the station over there.
There's
None of their
another
mobile. Yeah, but that's over in the center of the system.
Far away. This is the only one close enough to
start shooting immediately.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely the only one engaging. Okay.
Others, their fleet might try and close, but if it can dodge the hits from the space station, which probably has really big guns with low tracking, so it's going to be a roll of the dice. If it gets a nice hit, that ship is finished, but it might survive.
Okay, so it's about whether they get lucky enough to dodge while they retreat.
Yeah, it has to spend 2 weeks spooling up the hyperdrive until it can escape.
Right.
Anyways,
and then I'm over here. I think we're gonna go around them because they were here, and it looks like they're going this way.
I'm not looking at the screen share anymore. I was about to unpause, but keep an eye on that, I guess. Do also keep an eye on your construction. I think you had something that was finishing this month or next, so.
Yeah, a couple months.
Anyways, I'm pausing it. Is it queuing up? Spooling up the hyperdrive now?
Let me check. They've taken some damage. Shit.
Wait, why is this my head of research?
I don't know. Oh, yeah. I see the animation for it. I don't know where I can actually see any numbers. Unfortunately. But I think they're gonna die.
Hold on. It should be from the outliner that you can see the numbers. It already took a hit.
Yeah.
Anyways, it is trying to retreat, and it'll retreat or it won't. And if it takes a hit that would kill it, there's a chance it'll make an emergency jump at that point and not die.
Okay.
So this is just a roll of the die. Nothing you can do but hope.
Yeah.
Pray. If you were spiritualist. I got spiritualist faction probably because I literally signed as the governor of my homeworld, a shroud teacher.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Yep. So he's immediately started teaching spiritualist stuff.
So I finished food processing. And now I've rolled terraforming. Terrestrial sculpting. I've also rolled selective foliance, which can clear 4 dense jungles, or I can clear 1 impassable mountain. Capacity by 2. These are the 4 texts that I rolled. And I've got a couple guaranteed.
I mean, these are very good checks. You could either do selected defoliants to clear stuff, but the blockers won't add that much to pop growth right this second. I'd probably grab Stellar Expansion, because if you keep spamming star bases, you can get a lot of naval capacity and trade from them, and food.
Yeah.
Do keep in mind that's a soft limit, so you can exceed it substantially.
Is it 25% per starbase over capacity?
Yeah. It takes the base output and adds 25% to all starbases, buildings, modules. Now, a starbase itself, a level 1 one, has a base energy upkeep of 2. And then there's base 1 for the hydroponics bays, and I think that for the trade hubs it's also 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, it gets a weird thing where the bigger your empire is, the less you want to go over the starbase cap. Small empires can easily afford to go over, though. And the higher level your starbases are, like if you have star fortresses, it's more worthwhile to go over than if you only have star holds.
Yeah.
Because you can get more benefit for almost the same cost. But yeah, I'd keep building. You're upgrading every available outpost into a star hole base, right?
I don't have star holds yet.
Star base or star port. I'm just saying you don't have anywhere that.
Nope. Oh wait, actually. Yeah, I forgot one.
Yeah.
And now I am.
Cool. Because the fact that you have a counselor position that buffs the trade hubs means you can just get insane trade value. And then use it to buy resources you trade to other empires, or just trade them trade value directly. It kind of depends on the prices and what they want and how badly they want it. Like, buying food and trading it to that hive mind is probably a good idea. But only, so far as keeping it around minimum levels. Because actually, I've discovered, while there's a slightly faster price decay if you buy like a bunch of something, it's not very much. Like, if prices are like twice the base, it only decays like 10% faster than if you're buying your minimum price. So buying twice as much as something will cost you, I mean, if you were theoretically to buy twice as much as something, it probably costs you like 10 times as much or more, Which is to say, there's not much flexibility in prices. There's not much elasticity, I think is the phrase. Whatever. Like, prices rise, supply doesn't go up that much in response to higher prices. You don't see the supply. The prices rise very sharply for a small increase in purchasing of goods. Anyways, I'll pause.